Hey, good morning, Trondheim friends, and welcome to this week's episode of Patio Ponderings. It is a warm, balmy, blustery fall day. Very unusual weather, but I'm so glad you decided to join me today. My patio today is on the backside of Trondheim Church, and I am by the bell tower here. The bell tower was donated by a lifelong family of the church in memory of and honor of their parents, Floyd and Carol Johnson. And this is just one of the many ways that we honor those who have died in our lives, that we preserve their memory, to have a visual memorial is a common ritual around death and grief in our world. And I have been thinking about death this week, the D word that our culture does not like to talk about, quite a bit this week, because this past Sunday and Wednesday, our church observed All Saints' Day. All Saints' Day is a set-aside day on our church calendar to honor and remember those in our faith community that have passed away in the last year. But it is also a way for those in our faith community to light a candle and to remember those in their own lives who they are missing because they have died. And it's got me thinking about the many ways that we have changed our practices around death in our culture. We don't like to talk about death. We try to deny death. We try to put off death as long as we can. You might even be uncomfortable with me doing this video on death. But some of the changes that I've seen are fewer what I would call traditional services. We have fewer burials, more creation. We have shortened our visitation times. We've simplified our services. The interesting trend, though, that I have seen that is of concern to me is this trend toward having no services at all. Over the last few years, I've seen this more and more in my own extended circle of friends and family. Now, there's no right or wrong way to observe death, but not observing death, not going through the rituals around death, actually undermines our ability to deal with it. So studies have been done around this, and those rituals that we do are incredibly important. They decrease our anxiety, they relieve our grief, and they actually increase our confidence in how we live and function in the loss that we're experiencing. And so by avoiding death and avoiding those services, avoiding those rituals that we used to do, we're not relieving our grief, we're actually intensifying it. We're not making death easier, we're actually making it harder. And so that's why the All Saints' Day rituals, I think, are so important for the church to continue. And I think it's so important for us to continue to have rituals around death. Now, there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's okay that our rituals have changed. But we need those rituals. And so I would like to invite you today to think about what rituals are most meaningful for you in coping with the loss of a loved one. What are your wishes about the rituals that you want your family to do once you pass? Have you talked to your family about that? I would encourage you to do so. I would also encourage you to give your family permission and encouragement to do rituals in your passing that will be helpful for them. We don't like a lot of attention over us. A lot of times we say, oh, I don't want that service for whatever reason. But the people that survive you need those rituals. So I would invite you to think about that and think about how you can have those conversations with your family now so that when the time comes, they will be able to engage in the rituals that help them after you pass. Hard conversations for sure. If you need help having those conversations, I'd love to be able to work with you on that. Would love to hear what you have to say. Well, the cold weather's coming. There's snow blizzards heading for the northern part of our state. Stay warm, stay dry. Have a great day, and we'll see you on Sunday. Bye.